All right, let's continue with the word of the Most High. We're going to go to Ecclesiasticus 42 and verse 11 in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 42 and verse 11. It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. So you better watch your daughters. If they're not humble, they shameless, they really doing things that's contrary to being righteous according to an Israelite daughter. So keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. She's going to be doing all kind of wild, heinous, wicked acts. And your enemy's going to be laughing at you. It said, they're going to laugh at you. Behold not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women. Here it said, behold not everybody's beauty. Don't be looking at, over and over again, he's telling you, don't be looking at a woman just for her beauty. It said, and sit not in the midst of women. Men say, don't be sitting in the midst of women. For from garments cometh a moth. So you got wool garments, that moth will come and eat it up. And from women, wickedness. Hear that? And from women, wickedness. Better is the sureness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. A woman that brings shame and reproach, disgrace. Better is a sureness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. Though she be courteous, yet still she'll bring shame and reproach, disgrace to you. You got to be aware of that. And I think he is a man that should know, having 1,000 women, King Solomon. As I said, he should know of how women are. Go to Ecclesiasticus 22 and 5. Ecclesiasticus 22 and 5. She that is bold dishonors both her father and her husband. Hear that? A woman that's real bold dishonors both her father and her husband. But they both shall despise her. Hear that? Both of them will despise her. Because she's so bold, you know. Jumping in things she ain't have no business jumping in. Talk about things she have no business talking about. Jumping in men's affairs and so forth. Trying to usurp authority over man. That's boldness. And she's the weaker vessel. That's how you know. She's going to be set down. And her pride going to be hurt. That's pride that makes a woman that bold. And there's a time and place for everything. But when you bold in the wrong situation, then you're going to be dealt with. That's why I say it's going to be despised by your father and your husband. That's why you got to have a proper conduct. Like Most High told us in 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. See, some of these scriptures got to marinate in your mouth so that you will be able to regurgitate them out of your mouth so you'll know what's right. Let all things be done decently and in order. Let all things be done decently and in order. See, a bold woman gonna be out of order. So I say her father and her husband gonna despise her. That's why Jump up to verse 33. But the Most High is not the author of confusion. The Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace. When you say a silent woman, gift of the Most High, nothing more valuable, paraphrasing, than a mind well instructed. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Let your woman keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. So don't come up in the church running your mouth. But that's why I say the Most High is not the author of confusion. Think about it. A lot of women start running their mouth. That's they bold. They're going to be despised by their father and the husband. Like, oh man, why you do that? Because what I say, the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace. That's what's going to cause confusion. That's the conversation concerning them speaking, all the women speaking in the church. It caused confusion, but of peace. As in all churches of the saints, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. For it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. So, that's what it's saying. So, I heard women say, oh, that was during that time. But they say that's the time of the Old Testament when the laws were given. Same thing, same type of religious type of mindset. Religion comes from the Latin word religio, meaning to hold back, keep down, and restrain you from what? The unadulterated truth of this Bible. So you would follow whatever you want to follow in your own way. That sound good? So this is why it happened. Now it's something different. Where is it that it's something to say now the women can speak in the church? All women open up their mouth and speak in the church. Where that's at? Forget about what he said right there. Now is the time that they can do it. It's not there. It's not there. And since we're dealing with, how a woman should be, whether she's righteous or wicked, virtuous to the utmost, then this is the way it should be. Because he said he ain't the author of confusion, so when that happened, there's no peace anymore, but chaos. It's chaos. Because you got another man that's going to look at his wife saying what he's saying, another man got to step to his wife, and you got to step to that man, and the man step to, hey, that's about, goes around the block. You got all kind of havoc going on. And some men so weak that they don't say nothing. If woman out of order, they don't say nothing. Got chaos, ain't no peace in that. You check them, they see they try to check their woman, they can't be checked because they ain't been checked at home. They don't know how to be checked. It should be in order before they come around, knowing this. That's why I say you want to ask anything, ask your husband at home. Write it down, ask your husband at home. And if you don't have a husband, then you have time to confront some way or another the priests or the men of the Most High to answer your questions, rather than just, causing conflict in the church. That's why it's written as such. Because you think about it. If even men, you look at men aren't doing that. You go to church and see men standing up, blah, 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 talk right out of their mouth. They don't do that. That's why there was order. But now, you have women's lib, so now women feel, y'all day and age feel like you can do whatever a man does. But the scripture say the Most High call men. He call men. This not women. When you read Ezekiel, if y'all think y'all there, you say Ezekiel 37:10, it's men. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, And they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. That's men. Stand up as a exceeding great army. Spiritually endowed with the Spirit of the Most High. Go receive the spiritual power that the Most High is going to give this great army to fulfill, thus said the Most High. He called men. And that's why when it goes down, there's only 44,000, 12,000 from each tribe of the children of Israel. Men. That's going to be the ruling party with the Mashiach Yahushua. The ruler of our nation. Going to get things back in order. See, things just got out of order not that long ago. Just women live, you know. They want to do everything a man do. Hey, you better be able to lift them 350-pound men. Joe down. All that's going to come at you, you got to be prepared for it. You want to be the same as a man? It's not even worth. That's why he call you a weaker vessel. I mean, you have a big job to do as a woman in dealing with the generation that's now. These children, deal with showing them the right way. So they'll leave out and walk in the righteous way of being an Israelite. Teach them that. You know, you can do that. Teach them children. Instead of trying to be like a man, you're not going to ever be a man. And a man never going to be a woman. Real man. So we all have our positions in this truth and what we got to do. And it's beautiful because there's a lot of work to be done. Everybody has something they could do. What are you doing? You got to think about, what have I done lately to promote the truth? Or am I just trying to look at whatever it is a man doing and I want to do the same thing the man doing? No, a woman have their own things that they have to do. We went over it. A lot of them. Or else, Most High gonna deal with you like he dealt with the men. You want to be like a man? Most High kill the men. We've been very, very lenient with women. But you see now, Most High put his sword on the women too. Women are being dealt with. Like you've never seen before. That's why we have to be obedient. You can feel some way different, then you go over these scriptures and you feel something different. You feel something that irks you from what the Most High said. Go to Proverbs 16. And 5. So we got to work this out together. This ain't no easy street, no easy way. But if you do what Most High say do, it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. Go to Proverbs, the 16th chapter, and the 5th verse. Proverbs 16 and 5. Everyone that is proud in heart, proud in your mind, is an abomination to the Most High. Don't hand join in hand, or you find somebody to agree with you and being prideful as you are, he shall not be unpunished. You ain't going to be unpunished. Believe that. Verse 19. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. See, better be with those that are humble, because the proud will get you cast into hell fire. There's a lot that we have to look at in making ourselves better. And throughout all these scriptures, we're learning the righteous way of the Most High. We're learning. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High. Been hearing it all day. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. We've been hearing commandments all day. But this is the whole duty of man. Most High, Mashiach Shai shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, everything that you think nobody knows, the Most High knows, and the Mashiach Shai knows. You say, for the Most High, the Mashiach Shai shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. See, he'll bring everything into judgment, whether it be good or whether it be evil. That's why you got a choice to choose life or death. That's why it's very important that we change and we become better. We get rid of all that pride and envy and jealousy and corrupt thinking of the same way you always been. That's why you say really call young people, because it's hard to put new wine in old bottles. See, the things that I look at in my walk in the truth is how I don't want that to apply to me. So therefore, you're open to be able to learn from anyone. Look, 2 Corinthians 5 and 17. Therefore, if any man be Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, you rolling in the name of the anointed Savior, he is a new creature. Listen, old things are passed away. So even though you have lived a life a certain way, you gotta let certain things go. Old things are passed away. So that's why you can't come to this truth with your different religion that you came from. Old things are passed away. You want to be a new creature? You want to be born again? You want to be a new man, a new woman? Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. All these things have become new. Or else, if that was the case, then you would need any teacher to teach you. You would already know all this from wherever you came from in your religion. And you can't compare. Don't sit there and compare. Oh, I heard that when I was, in my religion. No. He said, old things are passed away. You got to let it go. Open up your mind so that the Spirit of the Most High can renew your spirit, bring all things back to your remembrance. Because you didn't, if that was the case, you'd already know all this. And being in whatever religion you was in, you wouldn't have to be taught. Therefore, if any man be in by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the anointed Savior, that's in Mashiach. That's what that's talking about. He is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. So, as we become this new creature, like the Mashiach Shai said in St. John, 3rd chapter, in verse 3. He says, Mashiach answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, or thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. So, how you be born again is to become a new creature. You got to let old things pass away. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Are you serious? I mean, now this is, look, go to verse 1. Now there was a man of the Pharisees. He's a Pharisee. Named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. A ruler of the Jews. What did he say? Verse 1. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? So, what kind of answer is that? Mashiach would say, answer, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. That's what we is. We were born of the flesh. We know all the carnal things, but we got to be born of the Spirit, the law of the Spirit. That's what he's talking about. It's spirit. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof. You hear the sound of the wind, but canst not tell whence it cometh. You don't know where it came from, and whither it goeth, or where it's going. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. Nicodemus answered and said unto him, How can these things be? Mashiach answered and said unto him, Art thou a master of Israel? You a master of Israel? A power over Israel? You just said in verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. Mashiach came back and said, Mashiach answered and said unto him in verse 10, Art thou a master of Israel and knowest not these things? So how are you over the Jews and you're a Pharisee, you don't know these things? Verily, verily, I say unto you, we speak that we do know, and testify that we have seen, and ye receive not our witness. I have told you earthly things, and ye believe not. How shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things? Carnal things. He said, I've told you earthly things. Carnal things, and you don't believe it. How can you go understand if I tell you heavenly things? And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that come down from heaven, even the Son of Man, which is in heaven. Woo. And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man, which is in heaven. Wow. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. He's talking to the Israelites. Then it goes into the famous John 3:16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So the Most High, who was the power of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So love, who say love? I mean, that was Exodus 3:14 and Exodus 3:15 and 16. He said it's a memorial to all generations. His name forever, a memorial to all generations. He loved. Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob is our love. So it was talking to the Israelites. Written where? Malachi 1:1-3. So it's about understanding how we got to believe on Mashiach Yahushua going to the Most High on our behalf to be born again. With this word, his law, statutes, commandments, having faith in Mashiach Yahushua, having the fear of the Most High. To be born again. Become that new creature. Become that new man. It tells us in that new woman. Go to 2 Corinthians, Romans 12. Romans 12 and 2. It says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, your mind got renewed. And you've been given enough to go over to be able to change. So I say, and be not conformed to this world. The world set up to send you straight to hell. The lake of fire. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that is that good, what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. See? So you can't be conformed to this world. That's why 1 John 2 and 10. 2:15, excuse me. 1 John 2:15. You gotta change. You gotta become a new creature. You can't be the same. You can't think the same. You gotta be different. And the way you conduct yourself, the way you handle yourself, and you'll see blessings upon your words. Look what it says. 1 John 2:15. Love not the world. See? You love this world. Contrary to the Most High, said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Most High, the Father, is not in him. For all that's in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. See? And the world passes away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. And you're going to be able to live forever and ever and ever, eternal life. That's what he's telling you. If you can accept it. Ephesians 4:23. Ephesians 4:23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, the way you think. That's why he said, verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation. Let's put off the old man, put off the old ways that you've done, the old woman that you were, that you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt, according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on the new man, see, or the new woman, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. You know that righteousness is Deuteronomy 6:25, keeping of the commandments of the Most High. Wherefore, putting away lying, that's what you got to do. Put away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one of another. Be ye angry and sin not. And you get angry but sin not. Say, let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. See? Some of you got anger that you done had for months and months, maybe sometimes years and years and years. Say, let not the sun go down upon your wrath. That's why you're miserable. Because you following your own way. They will say, many are deceived by their own vain opinion and evil suspicion overthrown their judgment. That's why I said, neither give place to the devil. You don't allow the devil to come in. It's natural to you. It's normal. So you got to change. You got to change. You say, let him that stole steal no more. You was a thief, don't steal no more. Let's change. Let's become a new creature. But rather let him labor, working with his hands the things which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth, not only yourself, but those that are in need. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. They can hear the word of the Most High and come back to the Most High. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of the Most High, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. Don't grieve the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of a Mashiach. The Most High say he will speak us in the last days by his Son. Say don't grieve him in doing the things that's contrary to the way he would have you to be. The Most High labor to make you perfect, and then you're going to turn around and say, forget you, Most High, I'm going to do it my way. and always fail. Always gonna fail. Listen, that's why you gotta become a new man, a new woman. It says, verse 31, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. I mean, you angry, but you really don't have a cause to be angry. And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another. That's one hard thing that people have, right? Forgive one another, even as the Most High for Mashiach Yahushua hath forgiven you. Hear that? The Most High for Mashiach Yahushua hath forgiven us as the children of Israel. Ain't getting no clearer than that. Because we have the Most High, we have the power of powers, looking down upon children of Israel, saying, what's wrong with my people? Hallelujah. There's some of us that's coming back to him, that's going to obey him and be obedient, that he can look down upon us and say, hey, those are my children. Go get my children, Mashiach. You're going to send them. You're going to say, rise from Mashiach Yahushua. You're going to say, go down there and get my children. Set up righteousness on the earth so they can get ready for me, prepare them for me. That's what the Most High gonna tell them. That's what he's gonna do. 1,000 years. I hope that was edifying to you. I hope you go over these scriptures and, not take it personal, but it is what's written. And if you'd like more information, you can reach me, Priest Wam, at P.O. Box 20012, Long Beach, California. 90801-3012, or send me a text in the email at shieldofwisdom@yahoo.com, and study. Show yourself approval to the Most High, people. So we all have to do continually. Let this marinate in your spirit, the word of the Most High. And I'm out. So I'm out.